It was just past 4 p.m. in Brooklyn. The wind bit at the edges of Liam's hoodie, but the 8-year-old barely noticed. He was too busy guarding the paper plate in his lap like it was treasure. And to him, it was. A single, hot, greasy slice of pepperoni pizza. Not just any pizza, his only meal of the day. His hands, small and red from the cold, trembled slightly as he lifted the slice, the steam fogging his glasses. This pizza wasn't a gift, nor was it paid for by his struggling mom. He had earned it, by helping an elderly neighbor carry bags up 4 flights of stairs and refusing a tip. The woman insisted, so instead of cash, she gave him a few crumpled dollar bills. And Liam, thrilled at the thought of warm food, ran straight to Rosa's pizzeria. As he was about to take a bite, something pulled at him, a feeling, soft but insistent. Across the street, slouched on a cracked sidewalk with her back against a lamppost, sat a woman. Her clothes were nice but wrinkled, her heels scuffed, and her coat looked like it had seen better winters. Her head hung low. She looked lost. Not in the physical sense. She looked like someone who had wandered away from herself. Liam hesitated. He was hungry, really hungry. But what his mom always said echoed in his mind. If someone looks hungrier than you, even just in their heart, you feed them. So, before he could talk himself out of it, he stood up, walked across the street, and held out his plate. "Do you want it?" he asked. The woman blinked, clearly caught off guard. "What?" "My only slice. It's warm. And you look like you need it more than me." She didn't respond right away. Her eyes welled up, not from hunger, but from something deeper. Hope. Disbelief. Kindness. It had been a long time since someone gave her something without expecting anything back. "Are you sure?" she whispered. Liam nodded and gave a tiny smile. "I had a big breakfast," he lied. She took the plate, holding it like it was made of gold, and watched as Liam ran back across the street and disappeared into the alley behind the pizzeria. She never even got his name. That woman was Evelyn James, age 36. Up until 2 weeks ago, she had been the CEO of a billion-dollar tech company. She was on magazine covers, speaking panels, investor summits. People admired her for rising from the foster care system to becoming one of the youngest black female CEOs in Silicon Valley. But what the media hadn't seen coming was the betrayal. A high-level executive at her company had manipulated data. A major breach occurred, private information was leaked, and fingers pointed everywhere, but mostly at her. The board panicked, shareholders screamed, and within 48 hours, Evelyn was ousted. The press didn't care about the truth. They wanted blood. She went from Forbes' top 30 women to watch, to CEO caught in data scandal overnight. The worst part? The people she thought were her friends abandoned her. She had money left, sure. But what she lost was deeper. Her identity. Her purpose. Her will. She walked the city for days, numb. She'd spent the morning in a diner sipping coffee, her stomach churning too hard to eat. She wasn't sure what she was looking for, closure? A sign? An end? And then a boy gave her a slice of pizza. Evelyn sat in silence for almost an hour after the boy left. She nibbled slowly, thoughtfully. She remembered being 8 herself, stealing crackers from the school pantry and eating them in the bathroom so other kids wouldn't tease her. Why had that boy given her his only food? He didn't know her. Didn't know her story. But he saw her. In a way no one else had. That night, Evelyn didn't go back to her penthouse. She checked into a budget motel under a different name, took off her jewelry, and turned off her phone. She needed to disappear from the world, if only to hear herself think again. And in the stillness, she remembered the fire that used to fuel her, helping others. Her entire mission when she started her company was to create technology that improved lives. Somewhere along the way, between IPOs and board meetings, she'd lost that. That boy, with one act, reminded her of her why. Meanwhile, Liam's life continued, quietly hard. His mother, Amanda, had been a registered nurse until the hospital cut staff. She applied for dozens of jobs but nothing stuck. Bills stacked up. They moved out of their apartment and into her cousin's basement. Liam never complained, even when he wore shoes with holes or had cereal for dinner every night. That slice of pizza? It had been a rare moment of warmth in a winter filled with cold. And though he never saw the woman again, he often thought of her, wondering if she was okay. One cloudy afternoon in early March, Liam's mom found a thick envelope in their tiny mailbox. No return address. Inside was a letter. To the boy who gave more than a slice. You gave me hope when I had none. Because of you, I remembered who I am. You didn't know it, but that slice of pizza rewrote my story. Now, I want to help rewrite yours. It was signed, Evelyn James. Attached to the letter was an invitation to an event. The Giving Place, grand opening celebration. And 2 first-class train tickets. Amanda cried. Liam beamed. The Giving Place wasn't just a charity. It was a revolution. Evelyn used what remained of her fortune to start a platform that matched givers with those in need, real-time. A single mom in Detroit could request diapers. A man in Seattle could offer a couch to someone evicted. A teacher in Dallas could donate meals to a student's family anonymously. But more than that, it was about human connection. Liam and his mom arrived at the grand opening, overwhelmed by the cameras, lights, and media attention. But in the center of it all, Evelyn walked up to them, wearing no makeup and tears in her eyes. She knelt and hugged Liam. You're the reason I'm standing here, she whispered. Evelyn didn't just tell Liam's story at the launch. She honored it. She hired Amanda as director of family outreach, gave Liam a scholarship to any school of his choice, and even helped them find a warm apartment in the city. Liam became the face of the Giving Place, not for marketing, but as a reminder. That big change can come from small hearts. Media outlets across the US, UK, and Canada covered the story. Donations poured in. Volunteers signed up in droves. Celebrities endorsed the platform. Schools adopted kindness programs inspired by Liam's story. And Rose's Pizzeria? Business boomed. A sign now hung in the window. The slice that started a movement. 1 year later, Evelyn and Liam spoke at a school assembly. Liam, now 9 and growing fast, ended his short speech with, I didn't give her pizza because I thought she was important. I gave it because she looked sad. And that was enough. And Evelyn followed with, I was a CEO, a millionaire, a success story. But in my darkest moment, it wasn't a business partner who saved me. It was a hungry boy with a full heart. Remember this, no act of kindness is ever small. Sometimes, it's the only thing big enough to change someone's world. The Giving Place is now active in over 30 cities. Millions have been helped. But for Evelyn, the mission isn't about numbers. It's about moments. Like that snowy day on a Brooklyn sidewalk. When a child with nothing gave everything. And unknowingly gave the world something even greater. Based on the kind of world we should all believe in.